And like the technodrome or whatever they called it, that was cool as
Yeah,
fuck. But I couldn't understand it as a child. I wasn't smart enough. I'm like, what is this?
it was
I thought
pretty
they were
fucking
turtles.
wild, wasn't it? Like
Yeah. What
Bebop,
the
like
fuck is going on?
mutated turtle. Like we just accepted the fact that these
We
turtles were mutants, and that was it. Like it wasn't even
but we
really. But
also accepted street sharks.
I don't remember that one.
I do. They were crazy
They were
looking, but like
sharks
you
in the
could
street.
they're sharks in the street, dude. You the scariest thing possible. You'd be like, what would be scarier than a shark? A shark in the street. Here
Then
we
we
are.
we add them in a tornado, and then we got something 30 years later.
Human street shark? Well, I guess they'd be street sharks, not
I
human street sharks.
I don't. I'm not really that good with the oh my god, the cartoons of yesteryear, if you will. I like
Hmm.
I only remember Teen Ninja Turtles and X-Men. Like outside of that, I'm not good
Those are the
with it.
big ones.
Yeah, but I mean, like I heard, my brother's kind of a nerd, and his friends are kind of nerdy, and they talk about like, oh, do you remember this? I'm like, no, not at all. I remember Gargoyles.
I remember gargoyles. Yeah,
Yeah, Gargoyles was cool. It was on right after Batman.
gargoyles was cool. They brought that back for a second, but then they're like, "Why did we do this? This doesn't. What is this?"
Dude,
And then it
stop
just,
bringing it back because it's not gonna
yeah.
be as good as it was. Just show the '90s one again. Like when they do a new app, like Batman the animated series, it's like, dude, just bring back Batman the animated series.
That would be cool, and I think that would work because they brought back the X-Men series, and everyone loved it.
It was the same
So,
one though, right? Or was it a
hmm
reboot?
X,
Yeah.
it was called X-Men '97.
Oh,
That's how brought back it was.
yeah. It was so awesome. It just yeah.
It
Why
was
we don't need
actually
to
really cool.
change anything?
Yeah, but and they just like kept going because which was weird because at the end of the X-Men series, like it was just like Xavier was dead and like it was a bunch of weird stuff. So they just picked up literally from that spot. So it is kind of like if you don't know what's going on, you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Dude, I was
So
so excited when I was hanging out with my niece a while ago, and she's like, "Hey, do you want to watch Ninja Turtles?" And I was like, it's
fuck yeah.
it's a cartoon. No, she's like, it's a cartoon. I was like, oh hell yeah! And I thought her mom showed her the old one, and then we're watching it. And
Mm.
I literally, she turned it on. I felt so bad because I saw her face, but I went, oh, what's this? Like, what is this shit? It was like a new one.
Yes,
The
they have
animation was
updated
garbage.
it.
Well, downgraded it. You will.
Well, yeah.
But
But
I felt bad. But it's still like, no, dude, no, this isn't Ninja Turtles. So yeah, it is. I'm like, no, it's not. We're not watching this. Sorry.
for her it is. Yeah, you like put on the old one. You're like you
Yeah.
make her watch the '90s live action video, and she's like, this is
Dude,
scary.
she did freak out. Like she's like they're
Well, yeah,
scary, and
they're
I'm like
terrifying. Yeah,
they weren't when I watched it when I was her age, and I wasn't
we
scared.
were raised on scary kids movies. Like kids movies were not all like flowers and the way they are, songs and happiness the way they are these days. They were like
This is true.
nightmare fuel. So when we saw these happy turtles, we're like, oh, okay, yeah, ninjutsu turtles, yeah, that makes
You know,
sense.
you're right because it's like looking at like Neverending Story, The Labyrinth. I remember
Oh yeah,
watching
dude.
Legend when I was a kid. I don't even know if that was supposed to be a
Hmm.
kids movie.
I think it was intended to be a kids movie.
Was it?
The same vein of Labyrinth.
Yeah, that's true.
Labyrinth, if you look at it, is like a weird. You're like, this. Don't show this to your children.
The Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal, another terrifying set of puppets. Yes,
Yeah. Puppets are just
it's all
creepy in
scary as
general.
fuck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they're real, and that's what made them so good. I mean, look at the thing. When you when you can tell that it's in there in the room with them,
Yeah.
something in your lizard brain tells you scary. So, but then when it's all fake, like the follow up to the thing, you're like, this is stupid. I don't like this
Yeah, I
anymore.
didn't get to see that one yet. I've been looking for
Yeah,
what.
it's fun.
Now that you said it wasn't, so but I'm still gonna check it out.
It's not fun. You're right, but it ruins the first one. I've brought this up so
Well,
many
no,
times,
yeah,
but
I
the
remember.
ending of the movie ruins it. It's like, hey, we
It
were setting
doesn't.
up rules for the thing, and
Yeah,
then now it makes the first thing stupid. And you're like, well, no, it doesn't make it stupid, but you're like, the fun little mystery at the end of who is the thing is ruined. So
no, but now some
whatever.
dude's gonna. Yeah, I know that's what sucks. Like I said, some things you just don't need an explanation for it. John Carpenter did that on purpose, and then some jagoff comes in, makes that movie. He's like,
Yeah,
"Oh, we need an
yeah,
explanation." Like he watched The Thing 5,000 times trying to figure out the thing, and it's like, dude, shut up!
yeah,
Don't ruin it
exactly.
for
John
everybody else.
Carpenter's just like, yeah, shut the fuck up, dude. Have you seen my other movies? It's all just weird shit. It's just
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
want to do.
Have you seen my other movies? Did you see They Live? I mean, are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, are you taking this that
How on the
seriously?
nose is They Live? So it's
It's. I
like,
know. I
just
know. I
just be
know.
like, yeah, I don't know. You know what, Roddy Piper, dude, that guy did it, and Keith David too. That guy's a beast. So I love him in all of his movies.
Yeah.
And the fact that they were like, hey, let's, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking. If you're, it's because they just want money. But like, if you were to be like, how do we make a follow up to the thing? And then like John Carpenter said, hey, what if I made the part that leads up to the thing? You'd be like, cool, I like that. Where he like kills the Swedish, destroys the Swedish part of it, and then it gets you to the thing. That's pretty fun. But then they were just like, let's ruin it by making all these rules and making everybody stupid.
That's what I don't like about a lot of reboots. It's because it's like they over explain.
Hmm.
It's just
Or they
like,
don't do enough. Like I was watching Aliens, and I'm like, this is awesome. And then Alien Covenant is just stupid, but it's stupid for like reasons. So like, okay, and I said it all wrong already. I watched the first Alien, and if I walked into a room with all those alien eggs, I would obviously like. I mean, I know obviously I know now, but like it's so obvious. They're like, you're like, don't fuck with that shit. What are you
yeah,
doing? And now, admittedly, he doesn't mean to. He like tries. The guy tries to like touch the mist. He's like, oh, the mist seems to be reacting, and then he slips and falls. But then he goes in and he's like, oh, I'm gonna touch this. I'm gonna fuck around with this egg, and of course it eggs him and latches onto his face. But it's like, use your fucking brain, dude. Now, admittedly, I can give that one a pass because those guys are like space truckers to a degree. You know what I mean? Like they're not really like, they're not scientists,
they're not that
but like,
smart. That's,
but then like you get Alien Covenant where they are literally scientists. Like they are supposed to be like these colonized, they're supposed to be the
see,
best of the
but the
best to
thing
colonize
is,
this new thing.
the
Yeah.
thing is with scientists, I can already. It's like they're not going to turn away from something they've never seen before. Like that's their purpose, and that's how their brain
But they're not
works.
going to take off their helmets in like a fucking open environment, which is exactly what happens. They take off their helmets, and then the shit gets in their ears and shit in their nose, and it's like, oh no, we're sick now. I wonder how that happened. Use your fucking
I
brain,
mean,
bro.
I 100% would be Idris Elba on that ship. I'd be like, no, we're leaving.
That's
It's a different
Prometheus,
movie. That's
and they still
Prometheus,
make those
but I'm just saying,
mistakes. But
but I'm saying I'd be that kind of guy where it's just like, dude, now I gotta crash my ship. Like,
yo, yeah,
come
I'd
on,
be pissed. I'd be
yeah.
fucking, I'd
Or
be
I would
so
just, I
pissed.
would
I'd be
just
like, you
leave him
fucking
there.
idiots.
Just leave him there.
Well,
Fuck him.
yeah. No, and see, hey, even back to the first Alien, Ripley has it right from the beginning. They come back with him with the shit on his face, and they're like, open it, and Ripley's like, no. And they're like, what are you doing, Ripley? Open the fucking door. And they're like, if you guys, and she says it too. She's like, if you guys were in my position, you would not open the door too, and I would expect you not to, because this is a quarantine issue. And what the fuck happens? The alien gets loose and kills everybody. Exactly what she was trying to prevent.
That
So,
would be a funny
well, I mean,
cut to do, where it's just like, no, I'm not opening the door.
no,
End.
and
Just end of the
the,
movie. The movie was like 10 minutes long.
yeah, it just runs off, and it like, yeah, his chest explodes outside, and then it just runs off, and they're like,
She's just
okay, we're
like,
taking off now.
told you so.
Yeah, oh,
Let's
yeah,
go. Yeah.
okay, dunk,
All
yeah,
movies
it's
where
pretty.
where logic wins. Just like,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
that would be great.
There's some other fun stuff too, like they're doing the autopsy, or not the autopsy. They're trying to figure out how to get the face hugger off of Kane,
Mm-hmm.
and they have like little plastic masks on, but like the guy has like a beard, so it's just like, not really sealed to his face. And I'm just
Oh, I
like,
see that all the time in healthcare, man. When I'm working there, they're like, "Oh, like." When I started my job, you have to put a fit test to try a N95 on. So I have to shave.
mhm.
I can have a
Yeah, you
goatee,
have
but
to shave.
it has to go around. But after
Hmm.
that, it's like I see, there's all these orderly. I don't even know if they're called orderlies anymore, but orderlies walking around and nurses, and they have beards, and then it's just like it's that I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
it's luckily
there's a
people
lot of
are
fun stuff. No, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, luckily
People
people are
just don't care.
they don't realize it. They're like, oh, he's wearing a mask. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's like completely ineffective.
Yeah, you're not doing anything with it. It stands out now that we have like so much information. So, and
Yeah.
then on top of that, like they're just fucking with the shit. Like I don't know, there's just and uh Yaphet
Uh,
Kotto actually says it too. He's like, why don't we just fucking freeze him? We don't know what this thing is. Just freeze him. And I guess the point is that the Ash robot is like, you know, taking orders from the company and like doing things like that are not,
right.
you
But
know,
the point is also
beneficial to the company, yeah,
if
or to the crew. I'm sorry.
if logic did take place, the movie wouldn't have happened. So
Well, yes, exactly.
again, suspending
And then
this. I mean, I just saw Lilo and Stitch, and there's this blue alien. I'm like, that's not realistic. That wouldn't happen.
so now, okay, I'm interested in that because I liked that first little movie. It was definitely a kids movie, like
Yeah,
that Disney movie. But was
this
it
is
like?
this is the first. I haven't seen the animated one. I haven't seen the original. This is that I know of aside from Marvel. This is the
Mhm.
first Disney movie I think I've seen, and I'm not just saying this. I really don't know of any other Disney movies I've seen aside from Aladdin. So it's been
But
like I'm
that's a
not
good
a.
movie.
It is a good movie, but I'm just saying I haven't seen
Wait,
Disney
the live
movies in a
action
while.
ones? Are you talking
No,
about? Or are you talking
oh
about
my
the
god!
actual
This
Aladdin?
is the actual like Robin Williams one.
Okay.
I,
That's fine.
I I stayed away from all the live action, so I was kind of surprised to do this. But it was my niece's birthday on Sunday, so she wanted to go
Mhm.
see that. So we went and saw it, and it was good. It was fun. It was cool.
Well, now that's the thing, though, is you could probably enjoy it more because you don't know about the original one. So it's like you wouldn't be able to go like, oh, that's not fucking right. He's supposed to be blue or some bullshit like that. I don't
I
know.
heard it was pretty much the same thing.
Which
Uh,
I'm assuming, like, I feel like it only takes so many times for them to fuck up this kind of thing before somebody goes, hey, what if we just made it exactly
exactly the
like the
same.
first, just
Well,
fucking scene for scene, exactly it in real life? And somebody was like, I mean, that sounds stupid, but I guess we'll try it. And then here we are.
but I
So
think
I
with
don't know.
this one, and again, I haven't seen any live action or
Of the
animated
original, yeah.
versions of the originals of any of the ones in the past.
Oh, right,
Snow
right,
I've
right,
seen
right, right,
Snow
right.
White, but I mean I haven't seen the new one.
Right. I mean, it's
But
from the
but
50s,
like yeah. Actually, I think it's earlier than that. But anyway,
probably.
but yeah, like I guess they're more woke and all that
Sure.
bullshit and whatever they're
I
trying to
guess.
appeal. I guess. That's what I've heard.
I don't even
However,
remember the story. But yeah, go ahead.
of Snow White or of Lilo and Stitch.
No. Lilo Stitch. But don't let me get you off track. Continue your
Well,
thought.
no, because this one is just like this one didn't have anything political or social agenda of any kind. It was just it's a movie about an alien that comes down to Hawaii and finds this kid, and then hilarity ensues.
Mm. Isn't he like a bad guy? Isn't Stitch supposed to be
He's
like
supposed to be
an
like
alien
the
bad
most.
guy?
He's supposed to be like he's a genetically engineered alien who's supposed to be the most dangerous being that's ever lived, or ever been created,
Sick.
and he's just this goofball, pain in the ass, whatever.
What
I mean,
makes
it was
him so
cute.
dangerous?
I don't know because you really don't see it. Like he's basically indestructible.
Okay, that's not good.
No, it's not good. And he's supposed to. He just causes chaos. They don't really go into it, like why he's so dangerous. It's they just hype him as that, and then it's like, oh, this cute little furry blue thing. Like, oh, he's so
That would be
dangerous. And
funny
then
if it's yeah.
no, and then they show him,
Well,
and you're like, oh, he's dangerous. Okay.
what if it was like super dark? Like they do go through the whole movie and they're like, and finally somebody comes who like knows. They're like, but this Lilo is I mean, Stitch is, so why is everyone so dangerous? Oh, and the guy comes in like a full like radiation suit. He's like, oh, he actually gives off massive amount of radiation.
Yeah,
Everyone
you're
here
all
is going to
gonna
die
die.
within 2 years. Actually, anyone within 1,000 miles of him on your planet is going to die. And
Yeah.
actually, he's destroyed your atmosphere. Now that we think about it,
He's basically a
so we're
walking
gonna
fluffy Chernobyl.
yeah, exactly. He's just this horrible thing, and he's so cute. You're like, oh my god, I love him.
Mm,
And the guy's like, I don't know how your skin hasn't just sloughed off already,
yeah.
but anyway, you're all dead. We'll nuke this planet. Hopefully, he'll die, but apparently, he's indestructible. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So you just throw
But
that into like the sun or like a black hole or something like that.
But it was cute. It was, it was fun. I laughed. It had some very humor. I mean, it's definitely, they know how to do the mix of kid stuff and making the grown-ups laugh and whatever. But
That
it was
makes sense.
enjoyable. I didn't not like it. That's for sure. I would have rather seen Mission Impossible, but
Well,
my
yeah, me
my
too.
my niece
But
is 7, and I can't make her watch Mission Impossible.
I forgot today. I forgot it was Memorial Day, so I didn't realize. So here's what happened to me, dude. I go see the movie, right,
Right.
and it's crowded, and I was like, "What
Yep.
the fuck is going on here?" And then I'm like, "Whatever." So I go to get out of my car. My door now no longer closes. I was like, so-
Is this the Forerunner?
yeah, this is my
Oh
girl.
man, it's
So I'm sitting there in the fucking parking lot trying to get it to close and shit. And so at some point, I was like, "Fuck it, I can't leave my shit here because I have like my stuff for working out and my gym
no.
bag." And admittedly, here it probably wouldn't happen, but like
This ain't
I'm from
Sacramento.
California. If you leave anything in your car, it's gone. You've now your car window has been broken into and now it's gone. With the
Bro,
door open, it's even easier.
well, you might as well because then you don't break a window. But like,
Yeah, that's true. That's actually another. That's a thing that most people do. They just
well,
leave it nothing in their car. It unlocked.
recently, this happened twice in less than a month. The Arden Theater on Ethan Way in Sacramento. People are going around in the middle of the night when it's like a big movie night and they're just bashing in car
Oh
windows
yeah,
and taking. It's like, damn,
that's easy
man.
money right there.
Yeah, that is easy money. It's yeah,
They call that. I think they. I don't know if that's like traversed its way, but they used to call that bipping in San Francisco.
probably. Or
You
they,
bip
or they,
you
or
bip a
these guys
window.
are. Those are probably guys from San Francisco who's just like, let's just go up to Sacramento and
Let's go up to Sacramento and ply our
yeah.
trade.
Well, it was wild because the day before, for the weekend and it being Memorial Day, the day before we were trying to find tickets and it was just everything was sold out, and then we found
Yeah.
one theater that I guess added a show, and we got the first. We were the
Hmm.
first ones to buy tickets, but
Nice.
this was Sunday night at like 9, or excuse me, Saturday night at like 9 o'clock, and then by Sunday showtime, or the theater was full.
Filled up. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was just like, but we also next to us we had these like I guess it came out when you and I were like younger, like before
Yeah,
high
I
school.
remember it being a pre-high school type. So I
Well,
saw it and I was like, this is a little too childish for me.
but well,
I'm a grown 10-year-old,
well,
so I
no, I
can't
mean
deal with
you and
this.
I grew up on it's like my 6-year-old ass is like Predator, and
Yeah,
then so
exactly.
I'm not gonna watch Disney movies, but these like next to me was this group of four, definitely around my age, just stoned out of their minds.
Oh yeah, loving it
Yeah, yeah.
probably.
Oh yeah, no, it was great. There was that mix of it, but there was definitely like, why are these grown adults coming to the theater by themselves or without any kids? And apparently that's why.
You want to talk about seeing? I think we should watch this so you could understand what happened to my mentality. But my dad let me watch the movie Rising Sun when I was a kid,
Sean
like very
Connery,
young. Sean Connery, yes. It's about a woman being assaulted
yes,
and then killed. And
yes.
you see it a lot. And there's a lot of weird, like sexual and like
So
murderous stuff that happens.
that got the guy who plays Shang Tsung in it. I forget what his name is.
Yes,
Okay, yeah,
yes.
yeah.
They end up dropping a guy into a thing of cement, like that's in a build. There's in like a construction area, and he falls into the cement and is like, "Help me!" That shit stuck with me for some
Oh,
reason. Like, does that happen a lot, Dad? Are there people inside the
he's
walls
like
of
yes.
these
When you're
buildings?
really bad, it happens.
Yeah. And then on top of that, I feel like almost like a week later, he let me watch The Last Boy Scout with Bruce Willis.
Or not Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes was in Rising Sun.
Uh,
Damon
Waylon
Wayans.
or Damon
Waylon
Wayans,
Jennings.
yeah. Waylon Jennings. I was going to say Wayans, but then
You
I was
know
like, that's not a Wayans.
who wrote Last Boy Scout was Shane Black, who did Predator and Lethal
Yes,
Weapons. Yeah,
yes.
Last
I think
Boy
that's why
Scout
my dad
was
wanted to see it.
Last Boy Scout
It was
wasn't
not
that
a good
good.
movie.
No.
But I do remember there was like the fat guy who was like in the hot tub with all the naked ladies, and my dad's like, that's what men do, so boy. Pay attention. I'm just kidding. And then I definitely could. I remember my dad being like, "Don't tell your mom we're watching this." I'm like, "No problem, Dad." And then Damon Wayans throws a fucking football at his nose and breaks it. And then there's a later part where Bruce Willis has like the gun inside the puppet. There's just weird
Oh
things I
yeah,
picked
yeah,
up on.
yeah. Yeah, no, it was
It wasn't that good of a movie.
I think it would have been a better movie had it been casted better. Like Bruce Willis wasn't a good character
Probably.
for that movie, you know.
Well, he was
And
big at the time. That was like his time.
so was
But it was
Damon.
like towards the end of his time. Yeah. Actually, maybe I don't know. That might
I
have
would,
been. I don't. When did they do Die Hard 3? That was when it started to kind of go downhill for him.
man, I
But
think he
that was
was
still a
pretty.
good movie.
I
I
think he
like that
was pretty
movie.
solid. Die Hard 3.
Yeah,
Die Hard
the
3 was
one
the best
where
Die
he
Hard.
was with Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was like one of the better ones. Yeah,
that is
I
the
always
best
confuse
one.
2 and 3. I always think 3 is 2.
2 is the worst one, hands down.
2 is not the good one.
It
Yeah.
goes 3, 1, 5, 4, 2.
I haven't seen I've only seen one of the newer ones, and it wasn't that bad. It was fine. I think
The one in
it was the one
Chernobyl?
where Kevin Smith's in it. Yeah.
No, that's
I don't know. I don't
4.
remember that one.
That's 4 with Justin Long and
Okay.
Timothy Oliphant.
Timothy Oliphant.
Actually, 5. I really liked 5 because they didn't really have any kind of plot. It just like he goes to Russia. His son is on trial.
He's
or
like,
whatever.
his son's like, Dad, it's me, your son. It's me, Bruce Willis Jr. Come help me fight crime.
Well, anyway, his son's
Is
in
that
the no, his son's in the CIA. He goes to Russia. They set it up. He's in court, and there's like literally no plot. Basically, it's like he's got to get this other guy out of jail, so that's why he's in jail with him, Bruce Willis' son. And then it's just action for the next 90 minutes. Like it takes 10 minutes of Bruce Willis being funny, and then just action after that.
Okay. I think that you got to have a lot of action. When you're getting a dad movie, you got to have action to keep them awake.
Oh no. Well, I also saw that movie in IMAX. It was fucking awesome. Like it was just. That's what I'm saying.
IMAX will do that to you.
Oh yeah, no, this was a great IMAX movie. As well as I saw Gravity there. Gravity was cool in IMAX.
I never saw that, but I remember watching the beginning part and thinking this is dumb.
It is a good IMAX movie because it's visually cool.
I bet.
Outside of that, it's just like Sandra Bullock, who I like Sandra Bullock, but I don't want to watch a movie with just her in it.
I mean, I saw Bird Box with her in it. She was.
Yeah, but it's not just
like,
her in it. Like literally, Gravity is just her going through space.
I guess so.
Like she's out on a space thing, on the International Space Station, and then the whole thing gets obliterated, and she's just floating around in space trying to survive.
Isn't George Clooney like a ghost in her mind?
Yeah, at another part later in the movie, he's also a real person in the beginning. So.
Yeah, and that's what the part that took me out of it, because I remember in the beginning they're all bantering around, like, and she's like, "I'm scared of I don't like this." I'm like, "Aren't you a fucking NASA scientist who has to be trained for like?" Being the Air Force.
She's
and
not.
and
No, she's something else. She's basically just somebody who was a doctor of some sort who needed to go into space for whatever bullshit.
That's dumb. They don't do that. They don't let you go out on spacewalks like that.
Well, unless you're a driller, and then they let you go out and they train you.
Then
be astronauts.
It's easier to train you to be an astronaut.
Yeah, we don't know. Idiot. We don't know how to use complex fucking equipment. So let's get these drillers.
Look here, I've been doing drilling my whole goddamn life. Now you better. And then Ben Affleck's like, Bruce Willis, why are we being like this? And it's like, shut up, Ben Affleck.
Bruce Willis,
go play with fucking.
Why do I sound like Michael Clark Duncan?
Is that what that sounds like? I've just been doing that.
That
voice,
sounds more like Michael Clark Duncan than it does Ben Affleck.
I was just trying to do like a dumb voice. Someone else said it was like a Michael Clark Duncan voice too. That I did that.
Well, he's just got a really deep voice.
I was just trying to do someone who is dumb, but that now I do here. I kind of do no. Michael Clark Duncan. No, that doesn't. Why am I saying his name?
Now you sound like Mark Twain. I don't know what's going on.
It's changing as I do it. I can't now that I'm trying to.
When
do
you
Michael Clark
think
Duncan,
about
it, apart.
when you think about your voice too much, it like
it does.
You'll try to do it again, and then it changes. It morphs.
It deteriorates. I gotta just let it flow, or else it becomes dumb. But
then it
what's funny is someone complained. I in one of the videos I just do a stupid voice and like make up like a story, and someone wrote in a comment like, what the fuck are you talking about right here? You're just doing a dumb voice. Who are these people you're even talking about? I explained that to him. I was like, I just made that up, dude. It's just my mind going insane. You have to just accept it. And he didn't like that. I got a lot of downvotes for that.
Oh boy.
No, that's actually not true. I got some upvotes, but for some reason, but for some reason, I was like surprised. I'm like, why are you so upset? Like, shouldn't it be obvious that it's
Because this
just like
person is taking time out of their busy day to listen to
true,
you speak. Therefore, they want to hear
true.
everything that they want to hear and not what you have to say.
That's a good point. That and I have learned my lesson from knowing the audience that and what they should expect. And now that's not going to have me change anything. Obviously, I'm still doing stupid voices, but
Yeah,
I will now have that in the back of my mind. Someone's going to be like, "What the fuck is this bullshit?
I
Who's
won't.
talking?
I
Why
don't
nobody
care.
talks like this? Are you trying to be Michael Clark Duncan?" I'm like, no, what?
Yeah, no. Clearly,
But
I'm
I do
trying
like
to
Michael Clark
be
Duncan.
Michael Jai White in what's that movie? Black
Man,
Dynamite.
what you talking about?
Shut up, little
What you
girl.
talking about? Yeah, what the fuck is that?
What you talking about,
Michael Jai
Luce?
White movies are fun, dude. I like all of his bad movies because usually he just plays like the cool like karate man who beats people
I
up
feel
for
like he
like,
plays himself, except he's more of a
oh yeah.
jerk. Like in real life, he seems hella cool. Like I've seen, you
Yes.
see these
Yes.
videos of him with just being a cool dude, and then but in the movie, it's like, hey, be yourself, but not as nice.
Just yes, one step down of being a dick. And he's like, okay. Dude, I saw one where he was like doing karate. He's like doing his little like movements and stuff in like a boxing gym.
Uh-huh.
Or like an MMA gym or something, and then this guy is just beating the shit out of his like training partners, like his sparring partners. He's like, "Give me somebody else," and the coach is like, "You can't do this to your pot." And I'm like, "Yeah, no one would fucking train with you. You have to pay those people to do that kind of shit. If
Yeah.
you're like a professional fighter, you don't beat the fucking shit out of them. Like that's, I mean, maybe maybe the cool guys do, but I don't know." But yeah, so then he just like, what about that fucking pussy over there doing tai chi or whatever? And then the coach like knows him. He's like, no, not him, not him.
Wait,
He's
this is a
no, we don't.
movie?
This is a movie, and so then
Okay.
so then
I thought you were saying this
Michael
was a
Jai White
real
comes in.
thing,
No,
and I
no, this
was
is not
like,
real life. That'd be cool as fuck, dude. So then Michael Jai White's like, no, it's okay, coach. I'll take care of him. And then he just does like he like karates the fuck out of him and does like he does like a two-handed punch like Kamehameha style, and like it's fucking
well,
crazy.
Tom Hardy
But I
does that
loved
in
it.
Warrior.
I saw it. Yes, I was just thinking that is it's like almost exactly the same thing. No, that's not true. He like does it and then like knocks him to the ground and does like another one into his like while he's on the ground. Like it was pretty cool. I liked it.
He was supposed to be such a bigger part. Apparently, he was supposed to be a bigger part of the Dark Knight. Obviously, before Heath Ledger died, like his character was supposed to
Yes.
survive.
Yes.
And
Okay.
yeah, that's
It was
unfortunate.
weird to use him for that like two scenes. Like you really, I mean, why have Michael Jai White in it if you're not going to have him do like kung fu?
No, exactly, because that scene where when they cut to him being stabbed in the neck or whatever, however he's killed, you don't see Heath Ledger. That was post.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was edited after he
Post-production, yeah.
passed. So yeah, he was supposed to be like they were supposed to take him in alive or capture
Man,
him
he could
alive.
have been
Yeah.
a good bad guy. He could have been like.
He could have been. You know, who
He's
he
gotta
could have
be.
been. He could have been Black Mask. They could have like tortured him and like had some sort of twist on it where the Joker was messing with him. Because I guess the back character of Black Mask, like he gets into a fire and there's a mask that he wears that like adheres to his face after the fire.
Mm-hmm.
So
That'd be cool.
and also I guess originally the idea for that was the second movie was supposed to be with Joker and it was going to be Joker on trial. It was going to start with the Joker on trial. And
Joker 2.
Yeah, no, actually good though. But
Actually good.
I guess it was going to start with the Joker on trial or in court, and he was going to be the one that caused the Harvey Dent to have the Two-Face.
The Two-Face. Because it is kind of like forced, like the Harvey Dent thing. Like,
Where he
and
rolls
even
around
in the original.
in gasoline and
Yeah. Ah, my
and,
half of my
and
face.
exactly half his face gets covered in gasoline, but not the rest. Yeah.
Still, one of the funniest things in the world to me is when he is in the hospital and the Joker comes up in the nurse mask and he doesn't recognize him until he takes the mask off. Hi.
Hey,
he's like, oh my God, the Joker.
delirious with pain. He doesn't know what's going
Sure,
on.
sure, sure.
I
I
know
get
we
it, but
gotta
it's
do
still
this
just
suspending disbelief.
just so funny.
I
Like he
know,
just,
I know.
oh my god, it's the Joker. You didn't tell from his green hair and his painted face. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and didn't he have a name? Didn't he have a name tag? No,
Maybe I
he
can't.
had he had a
But
thing
I
that
was,
said I believe in Harvey Dent or whatever the hell it was. He had a sticker on his
yeah,
chest. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. But even the Harvey Dent, like where he is in court and the acid gets sprayed on his face, that's a little convoluted too. Like, I wonder if there is like a good version of it, because like remember in
Batman Forever.
Batman Forever, he like it just looks weird. He like puts up a piece of paper and it covers half his face, like and Tommy Lee Jones,
It's
like
yeah, it was multiple pieces of paper. So
it was a couple
it
pieces. It
was
was a folder,
clearly
maybe
acid proof paper.
acid proof paper that will burn the fuck out. It only burns organics, even though
Yes,
paper, I guess, is technically organic, but
so
whatever.
synthetic paper. So it's okay.
Synthetic paper.
Yeah,
But yeah, like I mean, I feel like there has to be like a little bit more trauma to like what happens to Harvey Dent. I feel like the animated series does so many of the bad guys right, and
yeah.
that version of Harvey Dent is like perfect. You know what I mean? Like, and
But didn't in the
um,
animated series they corrected his face?
did they?
There was a thing that it was weird. 'Cause I remember
Maybe
I don't
I
maybe it
can't
was a
remember now.
dream. I don't know, but like because he had a 2-part episode. I remember that, and
Yes,
there
because
was
his
like
girlfriend was involved.
right, and yeah, it was weird. Like it's like his face got fixed, and then I don't remember what happened. It was very. It was
But then
just
his mind was fucked up,
yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah,
which is cool. That's what you want with a Two Face.
that's kind of what they did with the Dark Knight. I mean, I think they did all right with it. It was like they had to make him they had to break him because he was so
Yes, yes.
stalwart in his justice BS. It's like and that's what Joker said. He's like, I had to break him. He's like, I broke him, and everybody
He's
has
got
that
he's on
breaking
the
point.
ground with like a doll of him. He's like, I woke him. I'm sorry, Batman. Ooh. And Batman's like, what the fuck is this? I'm
But
sorry, Batman.
but how long did his face burn? Because it's like it burned through his like you know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah, he got fucked up.
yeah, yeah. I mean, again, I gotta stop asking those questions because everybody, we always try to find the real. Like, it wouldn't happen that long. Batman put that out before his
Harvey.
face. Yeah,
That
but
would
yeah,
that would be funny if Harvey just starts calling him out, like, because you remember he's like, Batman, what are you? You're supposed to be saving her. Wait, did you mean to try to go save her? And then he, oh fuck you, Batman. You're a bitch. You're gonna say you were gonna let me die. No, no, Harvey. I was coming. I had somebody else on who's closer to her. I'm coming to get you. Are you doing a voice? No, no. See, I like the idea. If you're gonna have a voice like that, I like the Ben Affleck version in this
just a
only. Well,
distorter.
actually, no. Yeah, just have a fucking like a
I
voice
know, I
distorter. I'm
know,
okay with
I know.
that. Don't
What?
have him like, excuse me.
No, I know. No, seriously. In the beginning of and also it's like that's brutal on your voice, but at the same
He
time,
drops it after a while. Yeah,
well, in the Dark Knight Rises, it definitely is
I
toned
think
down
so. Yeah.
considerably. But when I remember when I was first seeing Dark Knight and they had that opening scene in the garage, I'm like, I can't understand what the fuck he's saying.
Yeah,
Like,
stop doing that,
yeah,
Christian.
but you're right. And then I watched, of all the things that DC have done wrong since then, I was watching I can't remember which one, Justice League or Batman vs Superman. It's like, yeah, why didn't they just use a voice distorter? Like that was the one
It
thing.
makes so much sense. Yeah.
Yeah, he only has all this technology, but he can't make a voice distorter.
For all the bad things they do, I think they probably have the best Batman like action scene in that Batman vs
In the
Superman
warehouse.
in the warehouse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That
Although
was super cool.
again, I have to suspend disbelief because Lex Luthor tells the bad guys, "Hey, so
Okay, no, let's
Superman."
not get into this.
So Superman can move at the speed of like fucking sound. So if anything pops up, kill this woman. And they let Batman just smash around outside for 5 minutes until they don't do anything. So whatever. But that scene is fantastic. Like
It
him,
is. It's
I
a
mean, he
good
probably
fight
kills
scene.
most of those people, but that's
Yeah.
his best. And I don't mind. Now the problem was they changed like how they lit the movie, and it made it look all fucking stupid later. But his suit looks good in that. It's fine with me
Oh
because they
no,
keep it in shadow for a lot of the time. But then when they bring it out in Justice League to like stand out with everybody, that's when you're like, wow, you guys all look fucking stupid. Like,
and
what is
well, no,
this?
because it's like even Christian, like Michael Keaton's Batman outfit was cool because it was just also like, I mean,
It was just the
the
animated
80s,
series
yeah.
one, yeah.
But like Christian Bale's, at least in the Dark Knight Rise, no, in Dark Knight, yeah, it just went stupid because it's just like that helmet looks so dumb.
The helmet looks dumb. The best one is the Batman because it makes the most sense because he's like
Yes,
cobbled together his suit,
yeah.
and then you can tell he adds things to it as he realizes he needs them. You know what I mean?
No,
Like he's
that
like,
is
oh,
that is what's cool because it's the ones we were watching. Batman's already figured pretty much everything out. As far as,
yes.
yeah,
This
yeah,
is like the Batman is like Batman Year One.
yeah.
And like he's still figuring shit out, and that's why it's my favorite one probably. Well, that's not true. I think Batman '89 is still my favorite because like I saw that as a kid, even though I was born in
Well, that was
'90s.
also
So it's like,
Jack being the Joker,
yeah.
and he was, and when I first saw that, I didn't appreciate how
Oh, we
fucked up
couldn't
that
know.
character. Yeah, I know. And then I went back and watched it. I watched it multiple times since then, and it's just like, God damn, that was a messed up Joker character. Like he was
He was
so
great,
bad. Yeah, he was fantastic.
which is so funny because back in that time, that all that shit was directed at kids because it was
Yeah,
trying to sell toys and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
and
look at RoboCop had toys. RoboCop is not a kids fucking movie,
oh
dude. Do not
no,
like.
it's so not a kids movie. It's one
But
of the most
they're
violent movies
Predator,
ever.
Alien,
But
all those were
no,
like,
thinking about it,
yeah.
what you're saying with Batman, it's like the Batman '89 was dark and Joker was a horrible, like it was a
Mm-hmm.
scary character, and then they got all that shit for Batman Returns because McDonald's and like, oh, this was like, yeah, this movie was
They really took
scary.
it
It's
for
like,
the boys, yeah.
oh my god, fuck people.
Batman. No. Batman Forever is when it got bad. Batman Returns was even darker. Was even more fucked
No,
up. That's the
that's what I
Penguin
mean though,
one.
because they
Oh
were
yeah,
like they
yeah,
were
yeah.
advertising it at McDonald's, and all these kids were like, oh yeah, let's go see Batman, and then parents took their kids to go
Then you got the
see Batman, and they were just like oh, McDonald's. It was a whole backlash thing. It was just like, dude, shut up. Like, do your research. Don't be like, oh, Batman.
How many
Idiots.
flips do you think a human baby can survive?
What?
Remember when the guy comes and steals that baby and then just backflips into the sewer? He backflips like 10 times with that baby. How many
Well,
times
okay,
do you think a baby can
so
backflip and survive?
I do kind of remember that now. That was a weird question to ask because I'm like, what do you like?
He
Did
does like a
somebody just
misty
flip
flip
a
into the
baby off of?
fucking.
You're right, but if it's held close enough to the chest as it was, then I think it would be fine. Like he was holding on to that baby. He wasn't just like holding it above his head and doing flips.
That's fair.
You know?
But also, why the fuck would you trust a man who then comes out of that same sewer? Like, look what I found. I found this baby. Also, I look like a disgusting monster. You're like, oh my, do you think this guy was in on it?
Because
Maybe.
if they didn't, the movie wouldn't have moved forward. I'm just gonna keep answering it with that question.
All right. You win this
Right.
round, Logic.
Oh, you got me again.
You got me again with just don't worry about it, which is fair. But
You can't
I
worry
see.
about
Okay,
it though.
now
That's why that stupid thing movie ruined the
yes,
whole mystique of it.
but now here's where I'll give you a pitch here. I think that you have to hold different genres to different uh, levels of realism because I just finished that book Ringworld, and it's a very like scientifically dense book to the point of which they go out of their way to like point out what he got wrong like scientifically. And that's why I hold the Alien series like a touch above in terms of realism because your science fiction like requires a little bit more like explanation for these things. Like, yeah, sometimes they just do okay. We can travel faster than light speed. That's fine, whatever. But certain things have to be like grounded in like advanced realism. You know what I mean? So that's why I go like, no. Scientists should not be taking off their helmets and fucking around with this shit. You wouldn't touch things like that. You wouldn't. There'd be safety protocols. Exactly. See, Alien One has that where everything's very like realistic to me, and
And
I think science fiction, you have to have a stronger sense of realism. And there is some fantastical stuff. Like in the book I was talking about, humans have been bred for luck instead of like luck is a like this magical trait that they can like breed into humans.
huh,
So that's like the thing that you kind of go like, okay, I'm taking the grain of salt with this. You know what I mean? That's
right.
fair. But like Batman, I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. I'll suspend a lot with Batman. That's fair.
No, and I hear what you're saying as far as it goes with like let's just continue to use Alien as the example. But the thing is
Mhm.
with the helmet or not. Now, yes, you wouldn't take the helmet off. It would,
Don't take your helmet off,
don't take
guys.
your helmet off.
If you're in a new
I wouldn't even go
Galaxy Quest, said it right.
outside.
You don't know? Is there air?
You're right. You're right. But at the same time, it's like if they didn't take the helmet off, it still would have been the same situation. So it's like that. I kind of feel
Yeah.
like that would be. I mean, that's just one example. There's plenty of things that are I think need to be more scientifically accurate, especially with like Christopher Nolan movie like Interstellar. Now, granted, I don't know how I don't follow science that well.
He was
But
pretty on it with the science from what I've told. And then he did
no, he's
the
meticulous.
science of the feelings and it was stupid.
He is meticulous in his movie making, especially like even in Tenet with the way he was playing with time, which is that's hard to do. So if anybody wants to nitpick that, it's like, dude, go fuck yourself.
Someone wants
But
to explain Tenet to me, that'd be great. Thanks.
I liked it. I actually really liked Tenet.
Did you understand it?
Why do I need to understand it? What it's entertainment.
No. Hold on. I didn't mean like, did you get the movie? I mean, did you understand the words that people were saying? Because the fucking sound in that is just so horribly mixed.
Oh,
I don't know what the fuck they were doing. They were like, you have to watch that with subtitles, or else
definitely.
you
You're
have
right,
no idea what's going on.
because they always have that like just that soundtrack in the back. It's
Yeah, that must be
just
what's messing it up.
It is because it's continuous. I don't think there's any scene where there isn't a lot of background noise or that constant like just deep classical music, whatever it is. I can't even remember what it is, but it's definitely something in the background that's just sound pollution. Lots of sound
Yeah,
pollution.
sound pollution is yeah, it's a good way to put
like
it.
like
Also,
when
I
they're
don't
in
like
that
the fact that he
scene.
called himself the protagonist. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but
when they're in
again,
the
the
they're in
like
the Hadron Collider.
the sailing scene. It's like they have all that sound pollution on top of being on a
Yes.
sailing, and then the static from the radios that they're using. Like it is. Yeah, sound was not that movie's best friend. That's for sure.
You've all been working for me. I'm the protagonist. It's like, shut up. Call yourself something else. You stupid
Yeah.
idiot.
Steve.
I actually really like Denzel Washington's son. What's his name? I think it's John David Washington.
Yeah. I do like him too.
He's actually a really good actor.
Oh yeah, no, he definitely like he gives off enough of his dad's vibe, but he's also completely different, if you will. It's like
Yeah, but he suffers from you can't not see him as John David Washington itis the same way Denzel does. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But Denzel has like a completely different like feel to him. Like it's more like sinister or like serious and mean. Whereas like John David Washington looks like a little kid to me sometimes.
it's hard. I mean, and it's hard for I would imagine it doesn't affect him, but as far as like how people perceive him, it's like everybody's like that's Denzel's kid, and they're holding him to his standard. Then that's
Absolutely.
tough. Yeah. What else was he in? He was great in the Black Klansman. I love the Black Klansman.
He was good as Ricky Jarrett in that. Was it not? It's not ball. Is it Ballers? Is that?
Oh,
What
I've never
with
seen
The Rock?
Ballers with the show on HBO.
Yeah, that's the first place I saw him, and I was like, "Oh, I like this guy."
And he made. I didn't see The Creator.
That's the other one I was trying to remember. The Creator, but he doesn't. I saw that and I liked it, but I didn't think he made that like amazing. He was just kind of like it's like how Mad Max is just like there to like progress the plot for like everybody else. That's what it felt like he was there for. He was there to just get to the next scene so that the scenes could play out. You know what I mean? Like he didn't feel like he was putting
He
on
was
like the
he was the
performance that.
vessel. He was just the vessel to
Yeah,
storyboard.
exactly. Like, and it was a really, I think Denis Villeneuve did that one, if I'm correct, but I'm probably wrong. But I really liked the aesthetic of that and how it like it was like an advanced look at what like future like technology could possibly like integrate with like organic life. You know what I mean? I thought it was very interesting.
I mean, we're
I
headed
also
there.
don't remember. I don't remember what that movie was about at all. It was about a little robot that could like do anything, and then he's supposed to be like cool about it.
Was
I
it
can't
like what
remember.
was that movie with Christoph Waltz and he had like that robot daughter?
Alita Battle Angel. It's
Yeah,
based
that
off of a
actually
graphic
was
novel.
that was pretty cool.
That was a cool. I liked Alita Battle Angel, the graphic novel, and I like Christoph Waltz in most things, so
Yeah,
I
I
liked
mean,
his movie.
actually, the one I didn't like him in was Downsizing, but
I never saw that actually. Never mind.
yeah, it wasn't that good. But he was a complete prick in that.
He plays Prick pretty well. I mean,
He is
Inglorious
really yeah
Bastards is probably
he's really
my
good.
second favorite. Well, I was about to say my second favorite Tarantino movie.
What's your first?
Is it? I was just thinking that. What is my first? Is it Pulp Fiction? Because it isn't.
I actually
I'm
have
thinking.
mine is like it's hard, but I
It's
really
tough.
like Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown's. I was about to say Jackie Brown is really good. I actually really like Reservoir Dogs, but that's not a good movie. Or no, no. Let me rephrase that. That's not his best movie. I just like it because it makes me laugh a lot, and I like the cast.
You know what?
You know.
Like I think my favorite movie is his. Yeah, no, cast is well. All of his cast are usually
Hmm.
they're awesome, but Jackie Brown for sure I think is my favorite. But the one that low key, and it's not even really in his 10 movies, but I really
Hmm.
like Death Proof.
Okay, okay. That's a fun
You,
movie, though. That's not a bad movie. It's just, I mean, if we were going to put all of his movies, it's probably going to be towards the bottom for most people, but it's still a good movie. Like,
yeah, you know the
it's
I
not.
think my least favorite of his movies are the Kill Bills. I don't.
Oh, that's
They,
not cool.
they were fun. Kill Bill 1 was cool. 2 was not as good. It was a good story, and
Hmm.
it was a cool movie. Like I don't dislike it, but I would say those are my least favorites.
It's definitely like his most different movie. Like, they're aesthetically, all of them, that one looks the most different and feels the most different than all the other ones. Whereas
Like
the other ones seem like, I don't know, more realistic. Kill Bill is like, I don't know. I feel like it's just like his fun project. I don't know.
well, I was gonna say, and exactly, and what I was gonna say about Kill Bill is it's like having studied film, but knowing what I know, knowing what I know, what many people know about Tarantino is like that is the culmination of all of his favorites things about movies.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
it's got
All his
the
little tropes
French
he wanted
New
to put in.
Wave, the samurai, the western, the just absurdist stories, revenge. Like that is the hodgepodge of his. I think that's his defining work, if you will.
Hmm.
And
I could see that.
yeah, I think it's his most artistic film. Like
Oh, interesting.
yeah, I mean, let's see, Reservoir Dogs very much just story, story driven.
I say that shit. I say so many things from his movies, but I do say the one where Mr. White's driving Mr. Orange after he's been shot. You're gonna be okay.
Yay! Yeah, I know that. Yeah, like it was a little weird, but it's also Harvey Keitel, so you kind of let it slide.
Yeah. Oh
Also,
well, he's definitely riffing. Like, he's like
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
trying. You know what I mean? You could tell that they're just like do your normal, like whatever reaction comes to you.
And
Like, and it
also
was pretty
it
funny.
was probably a really low budget, so they were low on film.
Yes. Yes.
But
100%.
Pulp Fiction was cool. I love how they didn't reveal anything there. But Jackie Brown, yeah, I don't know why Jackie Brown is. I think it's just because that's his black exploitation film.
Sure. Across 110th Street.
And the soundtrack for
Just
that movie is the best one of all of his movies.
this week. No, that's a good movie. That's a great movie, actually. It's probably one of his best movies. But if we start getting, I think it's also preference too, because I mean, some
Well,
people
after
like I really liked Inglorious, or not Inglorious Bastards, The Hateful Eight. I really enjoyed that one,
well,
but
that's
that's
what
probably one of the weaker one of his weaker movies, honestly.
I would think so too. But that was a great movie. That was fantastic. And Walton
I loved it.
Goggins, obviously, in that
Oh my
is
god, yeah.
God, dude, he's so fucking awesome.
I
But
say,
after
again, I say that shit all the time. You're gonna trust everything they write up there in Washington D.C. It's like, or wait, what does he? No, he says something different. It's like, I bet you read that in a newspaper written in Washington D.C. Like, it's just.
I don't remember the quotes, but Walton Goggins is great, man.
He's great. And all
He
those guys. He uses all this. Michael Mann's in it. Michael Mann's like in all of his movies.
Madsen.
Michael Madsen. Yes, I'm sorry. Michael Mann's the actor, or not the actor, the director, right? Uh, and
No, but
also,
that's the thing. He uses his boys and girls effectively. You know, like
yeah, and Jennifer Jason Leigh and Kurt Russell
she came out
are
of
like
nowhere.
fantastic. Yeah, they're just like the perfect actors.
And as everybody knows, he broke that guitar. You know about that, right?
He did. That was a very expensive guitar. And Jennifer Jason Leigh was lucky enough to call him the name in the movie instead of like Kurt. Kurt, no. She says, John, no. And so that gets to stay, and that was good. That was fun.
Because her reaction, like I was like, man, that was like, I remember seeing it. I was like, damn, that was a visceral reaction. She was like, no. I wonder if in her head she was professional and quick enough to be like, this is being filmed. He was gonna break it anyway, so we have to, we have to stay in character.
It's kind of like, did you know in Jurassic Park that the part where the glass roof comes in was not planned? That like when the T-Rex head bashes in on the kids, that's another real reaction.
Oh, like, that's cool. That shit wouldn't fly today, man. That would not fly today.
It was an accident, but like
even so, wouldn't be. Yeah, they wouldn't probably.
But I don't know, dude. If like, obviously you'd have to ask consent, but you're like, hey, I know that was a scary scene, but look how good it looks. Can we use this in the movie? Absolutely, yeah.
Didn't know that. That's crazy.
So that was a fun one. But
speaking of Jurassic Park, I can't wait to not see the new one.
Well, did you like the old ones?
Nope. The first one. After the first one,
is a masterpiece.
Yeah, it holds up perfectly. Like you don't need to make anything after that. I understand how capitalism works, but
well, Michael Crichton had another book. That's the problem.
That's right. I forgot about that.
So he had The Lost World going, and then it just like But Michael Crichton has a problem with like he doesn't put good narratives through his like interesting stories. He just has really good ideas. So Spielberg had to really put together Jurassic Park because there's a lot of things he changes for the better.
Oh no, well, I mean, because he also made it into one. I don't think he made it with the intent of having a second movie, did he?
No.
Yeah,
but then it made so much money, and Crichton was writing this. Like I think they bought it before he even finished it. Like I think they were like, "Oh, Crichton's writing another book. We gotta get on this." You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, but it's just those movies to follow after the original just were dramatic drop
they're
off.
Bad.
Dramatic.
It's hilarious how much it drops off just from 1 to 2 and then from 2 to 3. Now, I'm not going to say I don't not like them, but I think I only like them because they're just like dumb. Like Jeff Goldblum's movie is just funny. Like he is funny in this.
Well, yeah, Jeff Goldblum's awesome, and that's what he makes the movie. Obviously.
Oh, we got some dinosaurs here, and I've got my daughter, and my daughter does gymnastics. Everyone, like that kind of thing. It's very weird. Like the gymnastics girl, like it was hitting the raptor. I kind of wish. No, I don't. I was about to say I wish the raptors just ripped those people apart and killed them all. But that's my realism. So here's what. But let me pull back because I was thinking about this. So the first Jurassic Park is like a thriller, right? Like it's like a scary movie to a degree. You know what I mean?
Well, because it's also that's the thing too. It's like this is the first movie where it's like it put dinosaurs like put you in a real situation where raptors, fucking T-Rex. It's The first time we see them in that way.
I think that's the problem, is that you can't do that kind of movie like ever again. It's kind of like a one-off, because then once you kind of know, then it's like, well, what if you just brought a bunch of guns? You're like, oh yeah, that'll work. That's fine.
But they
But
did in
then
the second
like,
one.
but then they didn't. Well, yeah, they have to find a way to like even the playing field. But
Yeah.
like the third one is bad, but it's funny in a way. Like
Is the third
I don't
one
know.
where they go
Like
to San Diego?
no, that's the second one.
Is it, what's the
The second one is they end up back in Sacramento, San Diego, and the T Rex like peekaboos out from and can use the different like I don't know how the door on the boat got closed
Jurassic.
again, but the only way is that the T Rex closed it back up.
That's right. And then Jurassic Park 3 was the one where it was they hired Sam Neill's character, Dr.
Hammond.
Grant.
No,
Yeah,
not Hammond.
Dr.
Hammond's
Grant.
Grant.
To go back to the island. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, that's right.
Which at least that was realistic. Like he was like, I'm never going to land on the island, but then they like trick him and like, you know, knock him out so that he's on the he goes. Like I kind of was like, at least that's realistic. Where Grant was like, I will never fucking do this. You fuck you guys.
But William H. Macy, like, why is he taking that role?
Uh,
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah. But no, but it's just funny, man, because it's like this one that's coming out with ScarJo, which I'll probably end up seeing. I've seen all of them, and
I probably wouldn't pay money.
that's exactly what I was saying. I never paid after the first one. I never paid to see one. I was always waited until it like I never went to theaters to see it. At least.
Wait, did you see the new ones?
Yeah, I've seen most of them. I've seen.
I only saw the first one with Margaritaville in it.
Margaritaville.
Yeah, when the guy's running away from all the pterodactyls and he's got his 2 margaritas and he's running.
Yeah, the first one with Chris Pratt, right? Yeah, drop the fucking margaritas, bro.
Dude, no. Grab another one.
Just drink it while you're running.
Yeah, dude, if he had took it a swing as he's running, that would have been so good.
No. But, I saw that one. It was
I think I saw that one in theaters and then just never saw the others because I don't think I liked Chris Pratt. I guess.
No,
I guess
it was unnecessary.
I just didn't like it.
I didn't like the fact that he was training raptors.
Yeah, that is strange.
Yeah,
you think that they learned to not make raptors? You know what I mean? They just be like, let's not make raptors.
Let's just stop making dinosaurs. Oh, you know what? I have a great idea. Let's genetically engineer a dinosaur that's the perfect killing machine and has all the cool traits of all the other dinosaurs.
And like tree frogs, wasn't it like a thing that could like camouflage?
Yeah, exactly. And let's make it like a chameleon; it can fucking disappear. It's like
yes, and can change its like heat signature and shit like that. There's a lot going on with that dinosaur.
And that's what's stupid though. It's just like, but anyway, yeah. Then they had Dominion, and now it's like the dinosaurs are living everywhere on Earth, and I'm like, dude, why don't wait?
How many new ones are there? I thought there was like 2. How many new ones are there with Chris Pratt? How many Chris Pratt ones are there? Because
there's at least
now I'm getting interested.
I think there's at least
how stupid are
3?
These? Okay, there's 3.
Yeah. Let's see.
And this is the 4th one, but they're cutting out Chris Pratt unless they bring him in at the end for a cameo, which I'd assume could happen.
No, he's gonna be there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. God, show me how many.
To be honest, Scarlett Johansson sells the movie a lot for me, guys. I'm sorry,
dude. I like her. She's, and I mean, not only is
I love her in everything,
but she's awesome. She's
awesome. She seems like she seems like me and her would get along if we met.
So there are. Oh wow.
Maybe 1, I could take her to dinner.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, including the new one coming. Chris Pratt has 3. He has Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, Jurassic World Dominion, and then now there's this one with ScarJo.
I just noticed that Jurassic World is like the delineation.
Well, because they made Jurassic Park. Yeah, exactly. Because they made Jurassic Park, and then when they have the new park, it's called Jurassic World.
Yes.
So, yeah.
But that's on the second Isla Nublar.
That's on the
no. Isla Nublar was the original one. Isla Sorna was the new one. I can't remember now. But that's
no. Isla Sorna was from the 3rd one, and then
And the Nublar was the original island,
The
though.
Nublar was the original one, but either way, it's stupid. My buddy said to
It is
me,
stupid.
when they came out with this one, I was like, God, another fucking Jurassic Park movie. He said, and I quote, "Oh, dude, dinosaurs are hot right now.
Dinosaurs so hot right now.
So hot
I
right
get
now."
it.
And I looked at him. I'm like, "What are you talking
What
about?
other dinosaur has there
Nobody
been?
cares about dinosaurs anywhere." After the second Jurassic Park, the
No one
interest
cared.
in
Yeah.
dinosaurs nosedived, like that pterodactyl who got Margaritaville.
Oh man, that was so good.
There's nobody cares about dinosaurs, dude. That itch has been scratched, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
and the reason it was scratched is because they had like a real T Rex in the first one.
yeah,
Like that shit was so fucking cool. Like the worst part of that movie is that the T Rex tippy toes to like save them at the end. That's like the one thing you could like argue about.
well,
It's
not.
still cool. I'm down with
Yeah,
it.
it was cool, but it's also just like, let's stop it already. Let's stop. But what? The
Yes.
thing is, that's what sucks about it, and this is what pisses me off about it, is that these movies are made for us because we have the money now. When we were kids, we saw that. We have the money now, so we're gonna go see it in our stupid, smooth brains.
Yes.
And when I say ours, I mean theirs, are going to these movies.
I mean, that's why Transformers had so many. So many.
Those weren't
us.
even good, man.
No, they were terrible.
Yeah, like even the first one, which was like, okay, cool. There's a Transformers movie. Yeah, I'm gonna go see it, but I'm not gonna. After that, it's like it can't get any better because this one sucked.
All the
How
Bayhem in
many?
there was just
How
too
many?
much.
Bam, like it. How many first movies have sucked and then the sequels were better? I can't think of one. I'm legitimately asking.
I wasn't about to. I mean, I'm not going to say Terminator sucked, but Terminator 2 was definitely like
Okay,
the coolest
you're
one.
right. It was definitely yes, it was. And
Like,
again,
Terminator.
Die Hard. I mean, 1 was
Yes.
great. 2 sucked. 3 was the best.
3 was awesome.
So, but
you might argue Gremlins 2, but that's a whole different ballgame. This is another one of my argument. Terminator was like a scary movie too. You know what I mean? Like, same with Predator to a degree. They were not action movies. They were like thrillers. You know what I mean? They were like Terminator. Terminator 2 is 100% an action movie, like through and through. But Terminator 1 is like her fleeing from the Terminator, and it's like a scary thing.
I'm
obviously you're not
essentially.
Yeah, exactly. Same with Alien, because that was, like I said, like a scary movie, and then like then Aliens became like an action movie, but then like you weren't ever afraid, but like Alien was kind of like a more it's more about the ambiance of the movie. You know what I mean?
Well,
it's
so
like
I was
scary...
gonna say, it's more like you don't see the alien until the end, right? Like, don't they hide it for the vast majority?
Pretty much. You get the happy birthday in the
yes,
in the give me a hug in the when Dallas gets caught in the
but the xenomorph itself, you don't see it until
not until he kills Yaphet Kotto and the girl.
Yeah, keep name dropping because I know who these people are.
Yaphet Kotto is you would know Yaphet Kotto when
I haven't seen Alien. Actually, I wasn't really a fan of the Alien movies.
It's okay.
Well, no, just growing up. It's just like sci-fi has always been.
It's fine.
Yeah, I know. I mean, look who voted in the office. But the Alien movies, I don't know why. I just couldn't get it. My dad loved them, and he was huge into sci-fi. Sci-fi is hard for me to get on board with. And I'm sure I mentioned. I don't know. I feel like.
Do you have any sci-fi movies you like?
I consider Predator a sci-fi movie, or is that just an action movie?
I can see that. No, I see that. But I think that it's like if there was there's levels to sci-fi. That's like level 1.
Okay, fair enough.
Like Alien.
I mean, what would you say? I can't. That's the thing, though. It's like I can't even really think of sci-fi movie that. Well, I wouldn't.
Star Wars.
Star Wars. I don't like Star Wars. I like Star Trek, but I don't consider Star Trek.
Yeah,
I don't consider that like true sci-fi though. Star Trek. That's just action movies that happen to take place in the future, as opposed to like I feel like Star Wars.
The series is definitely sci-fi.
Yeah, I guess I don't know.
Like TNG is 100% sci-fi.
For
Same
sure.
with DS9.
I haven't seen DS9, but I don't like
Deep Space
Star Wars.
Nine.
I know what it is.
I was just telling the viewers that's Deep Space Nine and the next generation.
And OS, not operating system, the original series. That wouldn't be sci-fi at all. That is, oh my
People
god,
call it TOS, and that threw me off for a
the
second. And then it
original
was
series.
the
Well,
original series.
the
It's like,
next generation TNG.
oh, that's true.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm caught myself in it too. That's funny.
But
Let's see other sci-fi.
I don't know. It's just like this. If I had a choice, like I don't go sci-fi at all. The one sci-fi movie, aside from the ones that like Predator and things like that, the one that I actually liked, and it was a Star Wars movie, is Rogue One.
Rogue One was good.
Rogue
I
One was
haven't
really
watched
good.
Andor
I heard
season 2
Andor
yet. I
is
need to get on
really
it. Yeah,
good. I haven't seen any of
Andor
it. But
season 1 was good.
yeah.
Andor season 1 was
I
good.
like that guy, Diego Luna. Is that his name?
I do like Diego Luna. Yeah,
He's really good.
Mm-hmm. I think that I mean, Rogue One just shows you what you could do with like a fun Star Wars show or like setting, but then they just keep fucking it up because they're like, where AT-ATs, where Skywalker, where lightsaber? It's like, shut up. Enjoy us. See, this is why I liked Alien Romulus in the beginning. Because in the beginning of Alien Romulus, it showed what like like how the world was working and how like shit revolved around this like mega corporation, which is probably how things will like
Well, that's how
progress
it
in
was
the
in the
future.
first one, wasn't it? If I remember correctly, like they kind of started off like that with Paul Reiser's
Yes,
character, right?
the second one. That's Aliens when Paul
Is that
Reiser's
Alien?
character
My
gets
bad.
involved.
My bad.
Yeah, but he's great in. But that exactly. No. Hilariously, I was watching it when the dollar amounts are just all wrong because they go to like the installation and he's like, "Oh, this is a multi-million-dollar installation." I'd be like, "Bro, we are in the trillions at this point. Don't you even
Multi-million
pretend
dollar. Yeah, you could even make it
this is not a
billions,
multi-million?
really.
Yeah,
Like,
of a colony that's it's terraforming an entire world. We're in the trillions at that point,
this
buddy. Come
place
on."
is worth $5 million.
No, the ship that ship that the ship the Nostromo
Uh-huh.
was only worth like $20 million. And I was like, no. That's a multi-billion-dollar ship for sure.
How much did it cost to go to the moon initially? You know, like
Oh, dude, that's what I'm saying. All these numbers are wrong. But you just ignore it. It's just big money. He's trying to say this is worth big money, and I
yeah.
want the big money.
No, and that's what's funny, and that's what's even sadder. It's like in that time, $20 million was all. I mean, it is a lot of money.
Yeah.
But
no, it is. But
the total cost of the Apollo program, to put it in perspective, in the 1960s, up until Apollo 11, was $25.8 billion.
See, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
adjusted for inflation, $318 billion.
Oh man, I think that's why I was trying to think. I was trying to remember in the Expanse TV show, they never mention anything that costs anything. Like,
how far into the
smart.
future is that, though?
Oh,
because that's one of the things I think about too. It's like in Star Wars, Star Trek, and anything that's like really into the future, they never talk about money.
No, and you can't. You can't.
Well, because at that point, they're so far advanced in where we should be now. Money doesn't mean shit, so let's just get rid of it and just keep doing what we're doing.
Your credits are no good here. Yeah, no, it's stupid. Anyways. Also, Qui-Gon Jinn should have cut Watto's face off. He's a slave owner. Just kill him. Just kill him and take the part you need, Qui-Gon.
Wait.
And then take the slave boy. He's now your slave. You've claimed him.
Is that Total Recall?
No, that's Star Wars.
Who was
Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Who wasn't there a guy named Quado in Total Recall?
Yeah, Quado. That's exactly his name. It's Watto in Star Wars. But yeah, Quado is the bad guy in Total Recall. He's like the underground bad guy.
No, he's not the bad guy. He's the revolutionary guy that was like hiding in that guy's stomach. Yeah.
Yes. He's yes.
That's a cool sci-fi movie.
That's one of the best sci-fi movies of all time. Yeah.
Yeah. Until they remade.
Well, I wonder why. Real effects. Do it for real, you fucking morons. Yes, I can tell it's not Arnold's head. I don't give a fuck. It looks cool.
I know. I
It
know.
looks cool. The Thing is a good movie because of this.
That's what's wild. Is
You
like,
are
how does
bad.
it cost more money for somebody to
I don't
build
know.
that than use a computer and take hours and hours and hours to do it? I
And make it
guess.
look not good.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't know. I truly am like, I'm sure it's gonna get better. Like AI is gonna get so crazy these days that I mean, it's gonna become a, a problem. Honestly, a real big problem because we won't be able
Yeah.
to tell. AI is gonna be nuts, dude.
Well,
It's already
well,
getting to that point.
well, yeah. It's gonna. Well, we won't be able to like Generation Z or what? What generation is it now? I don't know. Generation Z.
I think they're
They what?
Gen Zs. Yeah.
Yeah, the 2000s, the baby or the people with the twos in their year of birth.
Uh, it might be later than that actually. I think millennial, because I'm a millennial.
Yeah, fortunately, I'm at the cusp of that.
I don't remember actually. So, but yeah, I think this the 2000 peoples. But they're I mean they're fucked. I mean, old
It's not
people are
that
about
they're
to get
it's
tricked so hard. It's
dude.
not even funny.
Let's not even go down that road
It's not.
right now. I just found out a bunch of things where I'm like, you know what, I can't fucking taking
I saw a funny
Medicare away.
video of a guy trying to use a AI lawyer in a real courtroom, and the judge is like, "What the fuck is this? Get this out of my face!"
Yeah, like if a lawyer
Because you can't
if
do
a
it.
lawyer sucks, even if it's real or AI, or you can't, the judge will say something. It's not like the judge is just going to keep their goddamn
Yeah,
mouth shut.
that's true.
An AI lawyer. Wow.
Well, you see a lot of these like FaceTime fucking judge like
Yeah.
trials or whatever.
Zoom
That's where it
trials.
popped up. Yeah, the Zoom trials. That's where
Well,
it popped
no,
up.
I mean,
It
yeah,
was
we see the
weird.
guy who's he was getting he was going to court for like a traffic thing, or like his license was suspended and the asshole was driving while he was in court.
Yes, that was
Yeah.
funny. You see a lot of those. Like I saw the guy who like the judge who like threw out a case because and he was just like what did you get this guy for? Oh, he was illegally crossing. He
Oh
was
yeah, yeah,
doing an
yeah.
unsafe crossing. He's like, nope, walking while
While
black.
black,
He
yeah.
got walking while black, and then he throws out the case, and then he's like, yeah, hey, don't give them a fucking chance, dude. You already got it tough as it is. Like he's saying that to the guy, and I'm
Oh
like,
no,
damn,
I
this
know
is a
the
cool
judge you're
ass
talking.
judge.
He's the judge who wears that bow tie.
Yeah, he looks like the energy vampire from What We Do in the
Yes, he
Shadows.
does. But he is legit because there's also
Colin Robinson.
a couple of guys who came in for. I think one of them was like a child support thing, and he was the judge. And that's the thing too. This judge, it seems like he reviews every single case. Like he knows everything that's going on before he gets into it.
Why
And
wouldn't you? It's your fucking job.
I know,
Just,
but it's just but the amount
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
no, 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 and I know what you mean though. It's like they should. But the one time I went to court, and it wasn't for me. I was taking a friend of mine, and like the amount of cases the judge has to go through in like a
True.
day is insane because we're stupid. But
True.
this judge, he's hearing this guy out, and he's like, "Well, where's your lawyer?" He's like, "I can't afford a lawyer. It costs like $1,000 an hour or whatever for a lawyer." And the judge is like, "Well, tell me whatever." And then he's like, "No, no, no, we'll get you a lawyer. Just have a seat. I'll get you a lawyer." And
Yeah.
yeah, he's all
They usually
about
are pretty chill about that.
yeah. I mean, he's all about making sure that he's protecting the people because that's what he's supposed to do.
I think that that's been lost on people. Like
It has, man.
the law has become this like stick with which we use to slap people on the fucking ass with, and then put them into like a with the advent of how jail works. It's just like obvious how fucking stacked the system is against people.
Well, I
So
mean,
it's just
look at our current. I hate to bring him up again, but it's
bring them up.
he's our president. He
P
got
Diddy.
got.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Well, we'll get to
No,
that
yeah,
when that's finished. But I mean, our president got convicted of 34 felonies
mhm.
and didn't go to jail.
Yeah.
It was
Now I hate to do this to you.
you fucking devil's advocate.
My Al Pacino needs to show a little bit. I kind of didn't like that because it felt like them trying to keep him out of the like. There was it's almost like they pushed so hard against him that everyone wanted him even more. You know what I mean? So that it almost
Oh,
like
you mean like it
because like they
backfired?
just yeah, it just kind of worked against
Oh,
us
I knew that was
or
going to happen.
the human
Oh,
people. Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
us.
Did I say human people?
You said us.
I did say us, like the American people.
Don't worry, I'll edit
The,
that out. No, but I know, I know what you mean, dude. It's just like
yeah,
it was only adding fuel to the fire because it's like there's
yes,
such a strong like, and this goes for not just him. It's like if you have a strong base and you attack your leader, somebody's leader, it's just going to strengthen the base. You know,
in a way that seemed very contrived, and they were like, "Can we get something that's a felony on him?" And they just bastardized the justice system
no,
to
but the
do what
thing
they
is,
want. You know what I mean?
because he did all
But
that
he did do the
stuff.
stuff. He
He
did
did
do the stuff.
everything.
He did do the stuff, but it just felt very
What
like,
bastardizes the legal system is that nothing fucking happened.
well, yes, nothing,
Because if
and
that was
that
me,
did,
or if
but
that
that's what I'm
was
saying.
you,
Well, yeah, we'd be in jail, but that's what I'm
exactly.
saying. We're in a world where it's rules for thee, not for me, and this is just so obvious. Like, but it is just like such a. It just seemed to me like it backfired in such a way that it was like, why'd you even do it in the first place? Like,
I know, and
you just made
in the
him even
end, we
cooler to
you
them.
made
You know
him
what I mean?
cooler, and we wasted a shit ton of money trying to do nothing.
Exactly. And
Essentially, yeah.
this is the same thing. They did the same thing with Bernie. And I was like, why'd you fuck over Bernie when he probably would have beat Donald instead of Hillary?
Oh yeah,
Bernie would have beat Donald
probably yeah.
and we would not even be in this situation. But no, you had to fuck Bernie over because it was Hillary's time, huh? You want to talk about somebody who should be in jail. That the entire Clinton Foundation
Yeah,
from
let's
top to
yeah.
bottom. But anyway, I don't want to get stabbed in the back 32 times and then kill myself. So it's just it's so that's why I've pulled back from like politics and trying to, because it's just so obviously like everything's such a fucking joke, and like it's so blatant that it's just crony capitalism. You know what I mean? That everyone's just in it for themselves to fuck over whoever, to set up whoever, to make as much money as possible, right?
Which
So,
is basically the entire plot to Jurassic World.
which is pretty much the entire, which is Jurassic World. So it's just crazy. So I tend, when people start arguing politics with me, I'm like, this is stupid and you're stupid for caring so much about this. Well, there's nothing. What about you're not going to make any difference with the. I'm like, you're right. You can just stop right there. I am not going to make any difference unless I somehow pull together billions of dollars and have some sort of infrastructure that has power in in America or even anywhere.
That's what I'm wondering.
Then I can make a difference. But I can't do
Is
that.
it like this in Europe? Like, I mean, is this the same?
It's worse, probably. No, I don't know about that. That's fair. I don't know about the
I was
European
just saying,
countries.
really. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like all these other
Saudi
countries. Well, I mean, okay. Like, yeah, that's great. That's so great that we could say at least we're not Saudi Arabia.
At least we're not the Arab Emirates, dude.
Yeah. But it's wild, man, because it's like other countries, like Canada. I mean, Canada is laughing at us, and I'm half Canadian.
I mean,
and I'm even like, well, you can't, because that means I'm half better than everybody here.
Wow.
At least right now.
I just think that it's all bullshit, and that's why I don't care about it as much, because then
America's a Ponzi scheme. Anyway, move on.
America is definitely a Ponzi scheme, and so, and if you really start thinking about it, I mean, 100 years from now, when whoever's writing these history books, we are going to have to say, "Oh yeah, we were a part of that because we were." I mean, like to the degree of like the German people were a part of, Nazi Germany, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, not saying that we're Nazi America, but like, I mean, the amount of war hawking we've done from the end of World War II to now is fucking insane.
The parallels are
Because we can't. I mean, but admittedly, what is the American public going to do? We don't have the capability to fight back the way. Like, I mean, you
Well,
see
and
the
that's
French fucking protest. They know how to fucking
yeah, they
protest,
do,
dude.
but they also have the time to
They know
do
how to destroy some
it.
shit.
They also retire at 52 and work 12-hour work weeks, but
Yes, they did a
they,
lot.
but they, yeah, dude, it's just wild, man. I mean,
We're going to be on the wrong side of these history books, unless, of course, we're writing them in 1,000 years, which could definitely be possible. So,
AI will write it.
I will write it. But I mean, like, the, how many like low key genocides are going on right now? Some of which we are like helping to fund. So, I mean, we've been doing that for decades, and the only reason it's becoming to the forefront is because of the advent of the internet age, where we have information about all this stuff. Like, if we had known exactly what was going on in Vietnam and Korea and like all and Yemen and all that
Nazi
shit,
Germany.
you think we'd still be? Yeah, dude, come on, like shit, dude. Like, yeah, oh yeah. If the Germans knew what was going, like, if every German soldier knew exactly what was going on with like what they were doing to the Jews, do you think they'd be down with it? I don't think so, dude. I think at some point you'd have a revolution of like the military against the socialism, or not socialism. I'm sorry, the socialist parties. So I just don't think that we're gonna end up looking very good at the end of at the end of our Roman Empire.
Hey,
We'll be looking
like,
pretty fucking stupid.
say all what is it? It's democracies. Most democracies only they go like what 200.
This is not democracy.
Well,
This is a lie of democracy. I'm
no,
sorry. If you
no.
think
I
that
know.
what we've
No,
got,
I'm
yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah.
What I'm saying is that like this system typically crumbles after a couple hundred years, and then
Yes.
it's just complete rebuild.
This is not. This is weird. This is like I don't even know what to call it, but it's not cap. It's. I mean, I guess it is technically capitalism, but it's like
It is
not the
capitalism, dude.
kind.
The
Pure
worst part of it.
capitalism is just not going to work.
The worst part of it. No, it's not. Dude, we gotta cap everybody at $10 million. If you can't live on $10 million, then
What are you, a fucking commie? You piece of shit.
yeah,
You
I
you
am.
commie son of a bitch.
You telling me you can't live on 10? Well, that's the other thing too. These people actually don't. That's what's fucked up about the system. These ones that are billionaires, man, we went way off the rails here. But they actually don't have the money. They're just
No, and that's another
there's
thing.
zero.
Yeah, it's
They
just
have
like a
no
fake money.
income, so they get everything basically for free.
They do a lot of things like they'll take like a painting and then they'll have it like
Art's a
valued
fucking
at like
money.
a
Yeah.
ridiculous high amount, and then they'll take out loans based off of that value, and then
Did you
usually
hear about
keep the
that?
artwork anyway.
Did you hear about the asshole who stole or who made a sculpture that was invisible and sold it for $20,000?
That's sick, dude.
Yeah,
That's awesome. That's pretty funny, actually.
it's hilarious and sad.
It is sad, but
I don't even want to. Let's not. No.
okay, you know, we like to dabble in our politics here and there, but you know, guys, today this one got too far into that, and I want us to all take a step back and go back to when we just cared about if we're gonna get Predator 3. Okay, so when we return, we're gonna be talking about all the fun things like who is wearing what on the red carpet, who is going to be playing across Pedro Pascal in his next movie, and if we are on the wrong side of history. No, no, no. God damn it. Not that last one. We'll figure it out. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next time.